Good morning, TCCA 2020. Thank you for joining us here in room 16. I'm sure that you found your way. You realized it was right past the restroom. So if you need to use the restroom, go straight out the door, straight down the left, go down the hallway 200, turn right, and it's right there. Nope, just kidding. Every one of you know where the restroom is. So I want to thank you for joining us today. Now, Miss Fiama, who is coming to us live from North Carolina, is an amazing presenter. Miss Stewart, who is my co-host in here. Wave, Miss Stewart.
Good morning, you guys.
Miss
Welcome.
Stewart is the information literacy specialist at Davis High School. She is the co-host today, helping out. And in the chat room, we got Amanda. Amanda is monitoring the chat room on YouTube, watching us, telling us if everything is going great. So here's how it's going to work. I see a couple of Davis folks. Colonel Munoz is joining us. This is amazing. And so what Ms. Stewart is going to be doing is kind of jotting down some of the questions you guys are going to ask in the chat room. Please ask them. And it's a little bit difficult for the presenter to share on YouTube. So we'll ask her to please post it onto the SCED, into the SCED section later on this week. So it will be there. So what we want you guys to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy and ask plenty of questions in the chat room. So have at it.
Hello, everybody. I am Fiama, and I'm here this morning to share with you some tools that worked for me in this past time working with my students. And this is something that I love, and it's game-based learning. And today, particularly, I'm going to share with you about Kahoot. But I'm pretty sure that most of you know that we have so many other platforms that we can use for education now. But well, we are going to start this presentation just sharing with you a little more about me. I am from Argentina. I am a special education teacher, and I've been living in the United States for 2 years. This is my second year, and I work in Martin Millennium Academy in Tarboro, North Carolina, as kindergarten Spanish immersion teacher. So here I'm working as a Spanish teacher. I came here with the program Participate Learning, and I'm an active person on Twitter where I used to share a lot of ideas, resources, and things that I used to put in practice in my classroom. So if you use Twitter, you can follow me at Miss Liaudat, and we can continue sharing and knowing a lot of more things. So about this session, what we are going to see and what we are going to share today, what we are going to learn. First of all, what we talk when we talk about game-based learning. How we are going to put in practice the gamification in the classroom. Then we are going to know what is Kahoot and how to use it. And then we are going to arrive to the end of our session making a general conclusion. But the most important thing is to start with this, what we are talking about when we talk about game-based learning. I know that maybe for young teachers, it's me, I consider it a really young one, talking about technology and gaming is something more normal, but maybe old school teachers or teachers that are not so tech friendly, it could be a little difficult. What are we talking about? So we are going to learn what is this and why we should put them in practice in our classrooms. So this is our traditional education situation, right? We have our students really boring, getting asleep in the classes. If they are bored, probably they are getting distracted, they are boring. So the idea is just delete this image of our head and start thinking and put in practice things, strategies that can make them enjoy the classes, learn, and be engaged all the time. So that's why the gamification appeared as one strategy to start working with. When we talk about gamification, we have to be clear about this. It's a tool and a strategy that we are going to put in practice to keep them motivated, to keep them all the time challenging themselves with the things that they are learning. They are going to be part of their own learning process. But there is something that is super used to that we do, and this is mix gamification with video games. Video games are made for fun, and that is not what we are going to do in our classroom. Gamification is our job to take the games that maybe were not created with an educational purpose, but we can take their elements to put in practice as an educational resource. What it means, we are going to take the fun part of the games, but with an objective, with something that could work inside our classroom. So in this way, we are going to camouflage the learning process for our kids. And they are going to be learning in a fun way, in a more relaxed environment, and they are not going, the idea is that they don't feel fear to make mistakes because we are playing, right? And with gamification, we can work so many skills, not only provide them more knowledge, but also developing them different kind of skills as working as a team, collaboration, cooperation, taking note of their own progress, of their own achievement goals. So it's huge, the world of the gamification, and it's really important that with all the technology tools that we are having right now, we take advantage of that as teachers to trying to keep our students completely engaged in our classroom, and they can feel the desire of learn and enjoy their learning process. Sorry. So the gamification has some kind of emotional component. Like if we think about it, like when we learn something through our sense, as Comenius said, we learn it better. Like everything that we can feel, like we can experiment, we are going to internalize in a better way. We are going to remember it. It's going to leave a mark on us. So definitely the gamification has this emotional component because the students are going to be part of the activities. So they are going to feel this. The emotional components that we are going to be working with our games inside the classroom are going to be positive dependency. It's like we can use different kind of challenge to try to put our students in a situation that they have to work with others, they have to cooperate, they have to learn how to work in a team. Also, we are going to put in practice the curiosity and experimental learning. Of course, we are going to put them in front of situations that can put them to think how to solve something, how to continue something, how to proceed with some kind of stuff, follow steps, follow rules, and also giving them this kind of opportunity to be part of the learning, to express themselves. That is something that maybe in kindergarten or elementary is not so difficult that they be part of the activities, but when we arrive to middle school or high school, it is a little more complicated to them, like to be open, to participate actively in the class. So with the games, we are going to be sure that they are going to feel like to do the activities. Then a sense of proficiency. If we use, I don't know, different kind of score or tables results, they are going to be able to see their progress, also to see their weakness, and to be able to see in which part of their learning process they are and what they can do to improve or to go back. It's going to give them like their own assessment. Also, we are going to be working with the autonomy as in relation with the sense of proficiency. If we show them different kind of achievement bars or badges or virtual rewards, they are going to be able to work by themselves and say, okay, these results are going to depend all in what I do with this activity, in how I participate, in how I'm going to be part of this. So we are going to be working with them this autonomy to take the decision to, yes, I want to do it, yes, I want to learn, yes, I want to be part. And the most important is the tolerance to error. Like through the games, it's normal, like we can make mistakes. They have to know that they can make mistakes and they are okay, and we are going to use them for learn. So all these emotional components, we are going to be using them, or we are going to be going through them when we use games inside the classroom. And maybe the students are not going to know that they are working all of it, and they are going to. and you're going to be learning much more of them than if you take a normal test or a regular test. I'm not saying that the tests are not allowed or are bad. I'm saying that taking account the games that are the interest of our students, we can get the same or better results than in a regular test. So, how we are going to put in practice the gamification inside the classroom? Because, I mean, it's not just take a game and start teaching with it, because we have to know what we are doing. We have to be sure that the resource that we selected is follow our expectations, is going to be useful for the content that we want to teach, is going to be adapted to the group that we have. We are going to have everything that we need to play with it. So these are some steps, some ideas we have to follow to be sure that we are using real gamification in the classroom and not video games, and I said before. First of all, we are going to define a clear goal. What that means, we have to know what we want, what knowledge, what content we want to teach, what is our objective, what we want our kids learn.
Fiamma, just a quick break in. So just want to let you know that's 10 minutes. If you have questions for her, please make sure that you're putting them in the comments. Some amazing things coming in there. Make sure that you're asking some questions. And that was your 10 minutes. I'll remove myself. That's just your warning.
Perfect. So when we define our goal, we are going to be able to let our kids know what we want to they acquire, what is our main objective of the game that we are going to be playing. Also, we are going to be able to transform the learning process into play. What that means, we have to be able to think, okay, I want to teach this, how I can do it using a game. So when I go to the next session, the next part of the session, and I'm going to show you how I use it, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, how I make a transformation between the specific content that I needed to teach and how I convert it into a game. And it's not going to be the regular class that you have the traditional one that you have to say the words and you have to repeat. Through the game, you can do it much more fun and much more engaging for the students. Propose a specific challenge. That's the thing. They have to feel that they are all the time being challenged. So they have to pay attention. They have to be able to see what is the next step they have to take. So if we are clear with the goal, if we are clear with the content that we are teaching, and if we are clear how they can acquire it, they are going to feel that they have to do their best to get it. Something really important, we have to establish game rules. That means we don't need to be super rigorous with this, but we are going to try to propose like healthy competition. They have to know that there are things that they can do, there are things that they can't do, or they are trying to don't do, because even though we are playing, we are in a classroom, we are learning, we are in a school. So it's really important that you establish the game rules that you are going to propose. What is more, maybe there are some games that are known for everybody, but you are going to put your own rules to change it. It's like you have to be clear with it, with yourself and with your students. This is really important also. Create the reward system, because they are going to be playing, they are going to be learning, but who kid doesn't want or don't like to get a reward, to get a prize, to get a recognition? I don't know. We used to work a lot with projectors here in our classroom, so that's awesome that there we can see who is winning, who is first, who is second. Again, try to keep all the time this healthy competition, because we want to avoid the chaos inside the classroom. We don't want, and what is more, most of the games that we are going to use in the classroom, probably we are going to use them as a teamwork, where they have to solve a problem together, where they have to go through some kind of clue together, because that's another thing that we can work with it. But even though they are working as a group, they are going to be just waiting for that reward to see how good they did it. As I said before, let's propose a motivating competition, but always taking account of this healthy competition. I mean, using groups is going to be easier than individualized one. And even though you think that maybe working as a group, they are going to have a reward as a group, you're going to see that they individualized are going to be working to give the best of themselves to do their part inside that teamwork. And set increasing difficulty levels. Because if we use the same game all the year and we don't increase the difficulty, what's going to happen is like the kid, the first time is going to be interested in it. The second time is going to enjoy it. The third time is going to be bored. Why? Because he already did it. He already knows how to do it. He don't want to do it anymore. So the idea is like find a way to use the same game in different kind of difficulty level so the kid find all the time the situation challenging and continue achieving more goals, right? So this is really important. Now, I don't want that this start yet.
Hi, we're Kahoot.
I'm going to pause it. We arrived to Kahoot part. Kahoot is one of the platforms that I used to use a lot as a game inside my classroom. It's not the only one, but it's one of the ones that has more options that you can use for everything, like for any grade level, like from kindergarten to high school, and with different kind of stuff. Things like choosing, things like completing, things like saying. I don't want to say so many things because I want to explore them with you, but be sure that Kahoot is one of the most complete platforms that we can use. It's free. I know that the premium version you have to pay, but using just the regular version, that is the one that I have right now, you can do a lot of things. And this platform had some changes in the past. You, of course, need two devices to play it, one for the teacher and one for the kid, and you have to be in the same moment together. Now, due to COVID times and due to the activity that we have to send to our kids in an asynchronous way, they create the challenge mode. So we can create a Kahoot and we don't have to be in a real-time class with our kids. We can send the Kahoot to them and they can play it in their house at any time, in any moment, and then we can see the results. So I'm going to show you just a brief summary of what is Kahoot, and then we're going to explore the website.
Hi, we're Kahoot. We're on a mission to make learning awesome. Our game-based learning platform is used by millions of people all over the world. Teachers, students, company employees, and lifelong learners. Kahoot makes it easy to create fun learning games or trivia quizzes in minutes, anytime, anywhere. We call them Kahoots. It works for any subject, in any language, on any device. You can also discover and play existing games. There are millions of Kahoots in our library. Kahoot can be played in a live setting with questions on a big screen or on your mobile device where you see questions and answers on one screen. As well as in schools, Kahoot is played in companies, at events, and even parties to make learning awesome. Sign up today at kahoot.com.
That's the thing. You can use Kahoot in the classroom and you can use Kahoot in your life. I'm pretty sure you can put it in practice in a friend's night, enjoying and drinking maybe, and it's going to be super useful too. But today we are going to learn how to use it in our classroom in the school. Why we should use Kahoot? Why is like one of the best options for me to use in our classrooms? First of all, because it's super easy to use. It's like it's going to allow us create or use other people, other teacher games already created, and we can use it for teach content, for review, or for evaluate some kind of learning that our kids got. And of course, we are going to do it in a creative and a fun way. That is what we are looking for. Then it's flexible, like we can use it, as I said before, in our classroom, or we can use it in a virtual class, in a real-time class, or as homework or challenge, as I said before, with this new tool that they allow us since the COVID situation. It's a multitask platform, as I said before too. It's going to allow us to create boards with different kind of options like question answers, true false, order the words of a sentence, give some kind of explanations, read some kind of presentations, give opinions, complete activities, and much more. You have to put in practice your creativity here to make the best Kahoot of your life. And also, it allows us to assess our students because it gives us a report of their activity. Even though we are trying we are working with it in our class, we are seeing their participation, we are seeing their answer and their progress. If they use it as a homework, we are going to receive a report of their answer, of their difficulties, of what part they had some kind of struggle. So it's going to allow us to have an evidence of their work. I think that is pretty good to make our assessment process much easier too. So now let's go to the fun part. Let's explore how to use this platform. First of all, you have to create an account. In this case, I already have mine. That's why it appeared in my screen only a login option. But if you don't have an account, probably it's going to appear some kind of sign up. So you just have to create using your email. I'm going to log in with mine because I already have mine. And then, as you can see, it is offering me the option of upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade because I'm not going to pay for it because the free options are totally working for me. So I have my profile with my school. Some school bought it, other schools don't. I don't mind if they already bought it, but I can tell you that the upgrade options are not so different to the free ones, so you can completely use it like this. So what we have here is like in my right screen, you can see my Kahoots, like the Kahoots that I already create. In the middle, you have some kind of news. If you go down, you are going to find this section that are recommended Kahoots. Maybe it's because of the Kahoot that I've been using, that they know which are my interests, and the topics. And here you have the option Discover Kahoot, and that is the best. This is going to save your classes because with Discover Kahoot, you are going to be able, let me see if it works, to find Kahoots already created for somebody else, and you can just copy it and use it. So if we scroll down, we are going to see different Kahoots, just mix them because of different kind of topics. I know you have Halloween. I'm sorry that all of them are in Spanish, but I'm a Spanish teacher, so I told you so. I know we have elections Kahoots, but also you can find here, I don't know, I'm going to put numbers from 1 to 10, just as a topic, and you're going to look, and it's going to have, you see, so many Kahoots already created. So what I'm going to do is, for example, select this one. And here you can take a look of the Kahoot. This is a quiz option Kahoot, so it's going to ask the kids one question. They are going to have different answers to choose. These are the questions. You can take a look of them. You can directly play it or you can edit it. Also, if you click on this, you can duplicate, so you can save it in your own library. When we edit it, I'm sorry, I forgot to duplicate it first. Once you duplicate it, you can edit it. And there you can, I don't know, for example, if you want to delete some question, you can do it. If you want to change the time of each question, you can do it. So as this is already in my library, I can edit it. There you go. So this is the first question. This is the time that they are going to give the students. This is the points. This is the kind of answer. So on this, you can make the change that you want. This is if we are going to use an already created Kahoot, but you can create your own. That's the most funny part. So in your right corner, you're going to see the option of create. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to show you how to create your own Kahoot. I'm going to create a new Kahoot, and there you go. So I'm going to show you one of each, the option that it has. So we are going to put on here a question. For example, that. If you select in the time, you can change from 5 seconds to 2 minutes, 3 minutes to give our students. The points, I always give the same ones. You can put an image if you want. You are going to click, for example, in image library is going to take you to the Kahoot images, but you can upload an image. So you're going to click on it, and it's going to take you to your library, to your own images library. So you can upload any picture that you want. For example, I'm going to put this one, any, so you can see it. And the students are going to be able to see this picture. Also, you can put a YouTube link if you consider necessary. And it's going to show the students the brief part of a video. That's going to make it much more interesting. Answers. We are going to complete Saturday, Sunday. You can put only 2 answers. You don't need to complete all of them. This is up to you. Monday, Thursday. So what you have to do is select which is the correct one, of course. And that's all. This is, you have your first question already created. So then we're going to add questions. And that's the interesting thing. We already created a quiz, but we can add now a true or false, a type answer, a puzzle, a poll, or just a slide of explanation. As I'm seeing now, I think that what they did with the upgrade, with the premium one, is that these ones are not able to use with the regular ones, but we're going to try anyway. The true or false is available. So the sky is blue. So they have to answer true or false. So we're going to select the correct one, and we're going to add another one. I'm going to try to do it, but I'm pretty sure that they put it in the premium one. Oh no, we can continue doing this. This is the type, yes, type answer question is a Kahoot premium feature. We can use it right now because I didn't upgrade mine. I have it, and well, Kahoot has a version for teachers for free for all the quarantine times. It seems that now, as we are coming back to school, they are not allowing us to do it. But I'm going to show you other Kahoots that already have it. Anyway, just with the quiz one and the true or false, you are going to be able to work with them in this kind of thinking and choosing the correct option. As a Spanish teacher, we used to work a lot with the recognition of words, so we use it a lot for that kind of stuff. But I'm going to show you now one of my already done Kahoots. When you finish with it, you put all the questions that you want, all the pictures, all the videos, everything. You're going to click on the right button that is done, and you're going to put a title. In this case, I'm going to put you can add a description if you want. No, you're going to continue. When you are done, you can test this Kahoot and you can see how the kids are going to see it. So this is going to pretend that this is their phone, and we are going to complete here the PIN. This is how they are going to see it, and this is your screen as a teacher, right? So, in your screen, yes.
Fiama, that's your. I just wanted to give you your 30-minute warning.
Okay.
And those of you that are watching, please make sure that you continue typing in those questions so that we can present them to her at the end. So that's your 30-minute warning.
Thank you. So when you see that your students are already in the screen, this is for a real-time class session, you're going to click on the Start button. So in their screen, they are going to see the question and the colors of their answers, but they have to read the answers in your screen. So as you can see, the question is, what day is today? they can see the colors, but they can't read the answers because they have to read the answers in our screen. I repeat, this is for a real-time class, so they are going to be there with you. So I choose the red one, and I did it correct, right? So let's see. He's going to tell me how many points I get, the other one, and the points, as you can see, when I did it, the points were 1,000. Why he gave me less? Because of the time that took me to give the answers. So the amount of points of score that each kid gets, it's not only because of the correct answer, but also because of the time it takes him to give it. So the next one is a true or false. Again, they are going to see the questions and just the colors. They have to choose the correct one. As we can see the result. And at the end, it's going to show you the winners. That's pretty good for them too, because they are going to see who wins. But we have to, of course, remember them that this is a healthy competition, that we are learning, and all of that stuff. So, I'm going to go out from here. Now, here we have, if we scroll down, that was a test. We can play it or we can share with others. So, we can copy the link and we can share with other teachers if we want it. I'm going to go out from here. Now I'm going to play. We have these two options. We can use a teach, that this is the option that I told you we're going to be in the real time with them, or we can assign it. Well, that means this is the challenge part that I told you. So if I go to assign, we are going to create a challenge for our students. We can put a date from, I don't know, we are in October 24th. From Monday at 12 p.m., we are going to put the question time. We can randomize the answer. This is going to be your decision. A nickname generator, this is for them to put their real name or their non-name. When you decide all the settings, you are going to create it. And this is going to be your challenge screen. You are going to get the link to share with your student. You can share through emails, Google Classroom, ClassDojo, any platform that you are using, and you're going to send it to them. They are going to have, for example, as you can see, since October 24 to October 26 to complete it, right? And here, as you can see, I'm going to go to some of my old reports so I can show you. I'm going to go back to Kahoot. My Kahoots. There you go. As you can see, in the top of our screen, we have all the home, discover, the My Kahoots reports. Here we are going. So, these were the different challenges that I already assigned to my students. For example, this one. I open it. This was that was I think this one people play. What that I used for the before conference that I was giving, that's why we don't have so many answers. But what I want to show you is that you can see play, players option. So it's going to give you the name of the student that play, as you can see. You can see how many correct answers they have, how many they didn't answer. And here you're going to see the questions, right? The first one was this one, was a puzzle, and all the kids or this kid answered the 100%. But maybe if they made some mistake, you're going to see it here. So we're going to come back to the summary. There you go. And here you have report options. They have these 3 points. So you can download as a PDF this report and then print it. In this way, you're going to have physical evidence of the work of your students. And you didn't get a regular test, right? So the good thing is that they have all your Kahoots that your students play. You're going to have all of them saved in the same place. So in this case, you can see that they have so many. I know this one we had 13 players, so we can see a little more the difference. In this one, when we shared, we had the problem that we didn't turn off the nickname generator, so they play with any name. It was so funny because we didn't know which of them was. So then we need to ask their parents which was their nickname. But as you can see, we had 13 players. There were 6 answers, and here you can see this player, for example, didn't answer all of them correctly. We are going to go in this one. As you can see, the time that it take it, how many answer correct, how many incorrect, which was the answer that they choose. And you can do it individually for each kid. So I think that this is one of the most amazing things that Kahoot has, that you can have a saved information about for assess your students. Before leaving, we're almost on time. I'm going to show you other of my Kahoots I already created. When you go to your Kahoots, you can see you have the ones that you create and the ones that you save from other people. So as you can see, these are all Kahoots. I use it for math. I use it for Spanish. I use it for vocabulary. You can use for anything. I'm going to show you, for example, this with math. What they have to do is like take a look of the picture they below and find what number it was. So we were working with 10s and 1s and just playing Kahoot, and we didn't have manipulatives. So that was really, really useful. And again, you're going to click on the play button and you can assign them as a challenge or teach if you want to use it in a real-time class. But up to now, those are all the features that Kahoot allow you to use. It could be great if you get the premium version. I think it's like $3 monthly, because it allows you more options, like they can type answers, they can order answers, you can work on other things. But I can tell you that just with the free version, you can explore a lot of things, and you can put in practice so many things in the classroom and make this learning process much more fun. So these are some, this is a little short video of me working last year with my students. As you can see in their tablet, it has only the colors, and they had the answers in my computer. They were really excited. They loved playing Kahoot in the classroom. So as you can see, they had the PIN number of the game in my computer and the answer in their own device. That was all. Before leaving the session, I would like to share with you this little phrase or quote that my brother, that is a math teacher, also work with it and say, if we can win the heart of the student, learning is practically assured. So try to put in practice games in your classroom, and I'm pretty sure that you are going to get it.
Wow. Awesome. We have a bunch of questions that have come in. Awesome questions. Thanks to our YouTube watcher. Ms. Stewart, I saw Ms. Stewart was writing frantically there. Do you have some questions?
Yeah, excuse me?
I got her.
All right.
Are your classes composed of regular and special needs students?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Are your classes composed of regular students and special needs students?
No, my classes are all regular students, even though all of them have special needs, of course, because all of them are individuals. So
Of course.
it's almost the same.
Yes. It says, will the other two colors be visible if you only use 2 answer choices?
The other colors, no. They are only going to see the options that you put. If you put 2 options, they're going to see 2 colors. If you put 3, they're going to see 3. It's going to depend on only on that. And in a challenge mode, they are working alone. they are going to see the questions and the answer with the colors, not like in the two devices one that they only see the color. In the challenge style, they are going to see everything.
Got you. How do you set it self-paced for students who need extra time?
That is going to be up to you. Like if you consider, you can put the time that you consider is necessary. You can put the 2 minutes, and when they are done, the question is going to end automatically. But it's like you can make one Kahoot for each student if you want, but it's going to be much more work. I think that you can do that. Just put the maximum of time, and then when all of them are done, the question is going to skip automatically.
Okay, and it says when the Kahoot is assigned and shared to students through a link like
Yes.
Schoology, will they be able to use a computer instead of a cell phone?
No, they can use cell phone, netbook, notebook, iPad, because they can use the app of Kahoot, or they can just open kahoot.it, and it's going to open directly the place where they have to put the pin or the link. If we share the link, they are going to open it and go directly to the game. If we are playing in the class and they need the pin, going to kahoot.it is going to ask them directly the pin. So they can do it in any device.
Okay, on any device. Brad, I don't know if I missed any questions. You guys, if I missed your question, type it again.
There's a couple. One at the bottom here. The chat is moving so fast. It is. But Amanda put out up here more questions. Will it read the question, answer the students if they needed it, if needed?
No, not the app, but you can do it. For example, last year when I was working with my kindergartners, at first they didn't read yet. So what I did is like, okay, we have this answer here. It's a taza, tazo, pizza, teso. Which is the correct one? Take a look, listen. So I model that. But the app don't have the option to record the answers.
Another one here. Is there any way to play with a class if I only have a teacher computer and a Promethean board? My students don't currently have access devices as face-to-face students.
Well, in that case, they can play as a group, as a work team, and okay, all they are going to discuss which is the correct one and then choose. I think that maybe it's a little more difficult, but other way that you can do it is maybe play it as a challenge. So you put in your computer, you connect the projector, you put the game to play as you are playing, and ask the kids in a whole group to follow the answer with you. That's something that comes to my mind right now.
Awesome. Here's another one. How do you set it self-paced for students who need extended time? In this mode, can they use their computers or only cell phones to do the challenge mode?
Yes, they can do it in any device.
Got one coming out of MacArthur High School in Houston, Texas. Art teacher who is joined us, or use color cards that they can hold up for their response.
Totally great idea.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
My art teacher probably wants them to color it herself as well. That's awesome. We'll leave it a second just to see if anybody else has a question. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the secret word, and I'll leave it up there a little bit longer. People were yelling at me at the last. You took it down too quickly. So the secret word for your certificate is inspire. And as we found out from the Ed Camp link that I put up here, spelling and capitalization does count. I put it up there and realized that the A in the Aldine is important. So I changed that for you. So a couple of things real quick. The 11 o'clock time block is scheduled for us to eat lunch. So there is absolutely positively no need for you to get in line for lunch. So if you go out of your living room, like Miss Stewart, her kitchen is right behind her. If you go out of your living room or your bedroom or wherever you're watching this and go into your own kitchen, you are required to make your own lunch this year. We are sorry about that. If you missed the keynote session, which, in 10 years, this is the first keynote session I got to see. I would highly recommend, if you didn't get to see it, go check it out. He's a young kid, doesn't look like he's older than 12, who's working in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's he is there with us as classroom teachers. So I would highly recommend that you go check it out.
Yeah.
So if
He was
there are,
very good.
yeah, so let's check out, see if there's any, which guy. I hope he said, somebody said this guy is funny. I hope it's me. Yes. The cafeteria is wherever you want it to be. And you know what? I do get paid based on laughs, so I appreciate those comments. This guy is funny. If you're not having fun, what's the use of it?
I was hoping I was going to get a ring and my lunch was going to be delivered, Brad.
We thought about that, but we had absolutely no way to make that happen. Alice, thank you. Great session. Yes, absolutely. Mike Bonner is awesome. And so we're glad you're here. You have, let's see, this afternoon we got a 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock session. Join the ones that you want. And y'all have a great rest of the afternoon.
And our presenter, thank you so much. You were amazing.
Thank you.
Straight from North Carolina.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So we will see
y'all. One time since Nags Head.
Yes, big shout out to our YouTube watcher, Amanda. Thanks for keeping YouTube up and running. And we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. I think our lunch is not here yet, but hopefully it'll be here soon. Check out the second keynote. If you already seen it, go check out the vendors. Make sure you go check out the vendors. They're the ones that have actually helped us put this on. So we'll see y'all in a bit.
Thank you. Thanks again.
Bye.